I think it's the first time in 50 years, except I think Barrett and I probably met at some of these antitrust section events that I would go to.
You had a chance to work more or less with the gentleman here while you were there during that 1953 term. Was there a sense of collegiality among the clerks, or did you kind of stay to your co-clerks? Was there conversation outside even the cases? Was there?
There was a great deal of collegiality among the clerks. Part of that, I think, resulted from the fact that the justices became concerned about clerks talking about cases in the public dining room. And as a result, there was a room assigned just for the clerks' lunches. We'd go to the dining room, pick up our lunches, and head for the clerk's room. And this ensured that all of our various conversations about pending cases would be confidential, at least as far as the outside world is concerned.
The movie Separate But Equal shows a scene where Earl Warren goes to Gettysburg with a black chauffeur. Is that sort of fact, or is that fiction?
The only thing I know about it is what I've read. I have no personal knowledge of that. I don't recall it being related to me at the time.
Mm-hmm. You certainly had an opportunity to observe a variety of all the justices that were there. Obviously, we're at the Robert Jackson Center. Any particular observations you had of Justice Jackson? Or reputation?
Unfortunately, I did not really have an opportunity, as I recall, to have any direct conversations with Jackson, but I admired him enormously. First of all, because of his record as Solicitor General, Attorney General, and then, of course, as prosecutor in Nuremberg. But beyond that, I fancy myself something of a judge about quality of writing, and his writing was absolutely superb, and if I may say so, a cut above the level of writing that you get in the Supreme Court.
Did you get a sense that he was ill? I mean, I know he went to the hospital, but when he came back, is there any sense that he was kind of on a downward slope physically?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have any recollection of that. I just remember how shocked we were when he was hospitalized.
When he died, were you off? You were no longer clerk then, were you?
I was, yes. I was in the middle of my second year. I believe that's when it happened.
October of '54, right?
Yeah, I was at that time really beginning my second year clerking for Chief Justice Warren.
Do you have any recollections of the funeral in Washington?
I don't. I probably attended it, but I don't recall it.
Your boss, together with all the colleagues, took a train up to here, to Jamestown, and they had an event,
Mm-hmm.
which was, of course, established in lore here forever. Is there any opportunity, or should there even be an opportunity, to celebrate Brown 2 as far as an event of significance? This was the actual decree itself. Obviously celebrating the decision with a great deal of show. Does Brown 2 rise to some level of stopping and recognizing that?
I don't think it rises to the same level because there's so much disagreement, whether justified or not, as to the propriety of the all deliberate speed approach on implementation. I think, as some of us indicated in the earlier conversation, without that undertaking on gradual basis outlined in Brown 2, I don't think you would have had Brown 1, or at least you wouldn't have had Brown 1 on a unanimous basis with no concurring or dissenting opinions, to be, I guess, brutal about it. You might say that Brown 2 is a price you had to pay for Brown 1.
Did you stay in contact with Chief Justice Warren after you left?
Yes, I did. I remained in Washington for 4.5 years after I finished clerking, and I would see the chief periodically at his office. Then, of course, even after I left Washington, we would have annual dinners for the chief, sponsored by the clerks.
You certainly got a reputation as a liberal justice. Do you think that's warranted, no pun intended there?
Not when he started. When he came to the court, I would not characterize him as a, quote, liberal, unquote. As a matter of fact, if you check some of those criminal law cases the first year or two, you'd find him, Warren, taking a very, what might be called a conservative view, essentially a pro-prosecutor view, probably reflecting his experience as prosecutor and, of course, as Attorney General of the state of California. I think to a great extent he became a great liberal under the influence of Hugo Black. Hugo Black was a very brilliant, highly influential man, and I think he undertook to bring Warren under his wing. And to some extent, after Black left, I think William Brennan performed that function. Felix Frankfurter sought to do that when Warren was first appointed, but that romance did not last.
One final question, because we got the boss here looking at me. Did he ever reflect back on the Japanese-American internment time period?
Never, and I didn't have the guts to ask him.